For more than 10 years, he was hunted, humiliated, and forced to run for his life. But today Han Li stops running. With a late nascent soul puppet forged from half a sovereign's soul, he steps back onto the battlefield. Not as prey, but as the nightmare of every cultivator who once chased him. This meant that, although Han Li was only at the mid-nascent soul stage, he finally no longer had to be bullied by late-nascent soul stage cultivators. Back in the southern heavenly region, he had once been hunted down by the Molang Steppes Saintess Tianlan, pursued relentlessly for 4 days and 4 nights. Later, upon reaching the Molang Steppe, he was chased again by the Tianlan Saintess, together with 2 late-nascent soul cultivators, and was beaten all the way back down to the Qi refinement stage. After that, they even chased him into Great Jin, searching for him for over 10 years. Now, with the successful refinement of a late-nascent soul puppet, Han Li finally no longer needed to live up to the nickname Han the Runner. However, this puppet had been refined using half of the soul of the Great Evolution Sovereign, and possessed all of the Great Evolution Sovereign's lifetime combat experience. This also meant that the Great Evolution Sovereign would soon bid farewell to Han Li. Although this figure had accompanied Han Li for only a little over 40 years, the help he provided was immeasurable. Without the Great Evolution Sovereign, not to mention obtaining the complete Great Evolution technique, Han Li would have long since suffered Qi deviation from baleful energy, and died. Thus, although Han Li addressed him as a senior in words, in his heart, he had already regarded him as a true master. At the moment, the puppet was fully completed. The Great Evolution Sovereign had less than half a month of lifespan remaining. Han Li immediately brought him to the nearest Bitter Bamboo Island to find Old Man Bitter Bamboo, a mid-nascent soul stage cultivator, to test the puppet's power, and incidentally to collect the final material for the 3-flame fan, the bird phoenix feather. When Old Man Bitter Bamboo heard that they had come to pluck feathers, he immediately became furious. He had spent enormous effort raising that black phoenix, and now that it was finally about to advance, not a single feather could be spared. Well, refusing was exactly what Han Li expected. Over the past few years, Han Li, the Great Evolution Sovereign and Silver Moon, had done quite a bit of looting across Great Jin. If words didn't work, then force would. With that, Han Li directly had the late nascent soul puppet challenge Old Man Bitter Bamboo. The puppet took out a small red bow and knocked a green arrow before the bowstring was even released. The opponent raised his hands and surrendered. It turned out that the small bow was crafted from the tendons of an 8th-rank Crimson Fire Flood Dragon, while the green arrow was the Golden Lightning Bamboo Arrow that Profound Bone had insisted on gifting Han Li before his death. With that single shot, the Great Evolution Sovereign was 40% confident he could instantly kill Old Man Bitter Bamboo. Upon hearing this, Han Li hurriedly waved his hands. Enough. He's already surrendered. Let's take the bird phoenix feather and leave. The Great Evolution and Sovereign nodded in satisfaction. Seeing his puppet completely suppress a mid-nascent soul peak cultivator without resistance proved that his 10,000 plus years of research underground had not been wasted. Afterward, he prepared to sit and pass away. Even when Han Li offered to extend his life by a few more months, he refused. He only asked Han Li that in the future he find him a good disciple to inherit his legacy, then travel to the extreme west and reclaim his Thousand Bamboo sect. Seeing Han Li agree, the Great Evolution Sovereign showed no lingering attachment and vanished from the world, entering the cycle of samsara. If his next life were fortunate enough to possess a spiritual root, he would undoubtedly become another peerless genius. Now that all the materials for the 3-flame fan had been gathered, after successfully refining it, Han Li headed toward the southern frontier. He had already made an agreement with Fu Cheng to help capture the Yinzhi horse and refine a nascent soul pill, thus increasing his chances of advancing to the late nascent soul stage. When Han Li arrived at the meeting place, he discovered that Fu Cheng had not invited only him. He had also brought a surnamed Yuan muscular man, his junior sister Chang Jifang, and a palace-robed woman from the Little Ultimate Palace, Bai Yao Yi. The moment Han Li saw the palace-robed woman, the more he looked, the more he liked her. He silently decided that during the upcoming dungeon run, he would take especially good care of her. As for Bai Yao Yi, it was precisely because she met Han Li that the Little Ultimate Palace later nearly suffered annihilation. 5 mid-nascent soul stage cultivators entered the Yin-Yang cavern full of confidence and went straight in, because the cavern branched endlessly in all directions. They soon split up. After many twists and turns, Fuqing Han Li a sound transmission talisman, I've found the Yinji horse come quickly. But when Han Li arrived, he witnessed a shocking scene. Fuqing and Bai Yaoyi were trapped inside insect cocoons. The Yuan surnamed man was already completely dead, and the only ones still capable of fighting were Fuqing's junior sister and Han Li himself. It turned out that a silver-winged xianxia lived here, with strength comparable to the late nascent soul stage. The Yinji horse was actually its spirit beast. At a glance, Han Li felt enormous pressure. This creature had wiped out 3 mid-nascent soul cultivators. In a single encounter, it was clearly no ordinary late-nascent soul existence. Without hesitation, Han Li activated a spirit-descending talisman, transforming into a half-human, half-flood dragon monster, his strength surging to mid-nascent soul peak, and together with Fuqing's junior sister, engaged the silver-winged xianxia. Unfortunately, the junior sister was neither well-equipped nor strong enough, and before long she was killed, with all companions dead. Dungeon Bull's Han Li finally stopped holding back. He took out the freshly refined imitation heaven connecting spirit, treasure the 3-flame fan, and fanned it toward the xianxia. This single fan nearly drained him dry, causing Han Li to almost collapse. But the terrifying power sent the silver-winged xianxia flying helplessly, even shattering its prized evil moon illusion mirror. Han Li quickly drank a drop of 10,000-year spirit milk, instantly restoring his magic power, and prepared to fan again, frightening the xianxia into fleeing in panic. At that moment, however, the cavern shook violently. Light erupted everywhere, and a teleportation formation activated, instantly teleporting them away. When the teleportation ended, Han Li was still tightly gripping the grand teleportation token from years ago, a testament to his extreme caution. Seeing the danger resolved, the silver-winged xianxia vanished without a trace. After rescuing Fuqing and Bai Yaoyi from the cocoons, the 3 began exploring where they had been transported. They soon realized they were inside a colossal mountain range, surrounded by countless restrictions. The mountain was so enormous that even Han Li at the mid-nascent soul stage could not see its peak. All 3 were deeply puzzled. Having lived for countless years in the mortal realm, they had walked through empires rising and falling, traversed lands measured in tens of thousands of miles, and witnessed secrets known only to nascent soul cultivators. And yet, not a single one of them had ever heard of a mountain like this. A peak so vast that even a mid-nascent soul cultivator could not glimpse its summit. A presence so ancient that the surrounding space itself was bound by countless restrictions, as if the mountain did not belong to this era at all. Confusion turned into unease. Unease became disbelief, until they discovered a weathered stone stele, half buried beneath time itself. As the dust was brushed away, 4 massive characters emerged, each stroke carrying the weight of legend. And in that moment, the impossible finally had a name. Kunwu Mountain. If you enjoy the way I make my videos, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating.